Have you heard the jokes about St. Peter standing at the pearly gates deciding who gets into heaven and who doesn't? These jokes assume Peter holds the keys to heaven. Luther was taught that the Pope, as the spiritual heir of Peter, held the same power, the power to retain or forgive sins. And people could help turn the keys themselves by buying a simple piece of paper from the Pope called an indulgence. Luther posted the 95 Theses out of concern that indulgences were being marketed as an easy way to get right with God. As a priest, Luther knew well how sin could sit in one's conscience. Everyone experiences regret, despair, and the consequence of sin, which is death. The office of the keys is the main tool for dealing with such troubled consciences. Any misuse or misunderstanding of this tool could not be tolerated. At the center of Luther's 95 Theses was a concern for who could use this tool and under what circumstances. Luther drew what he thought was a logical conclusion. Only the one who made the rules was the one who could determine whether or not forgiveness could be granted. So the Pope held the keys to paradise when it came to rules made by the Church. But for those commandments given by God, only the words and promises declared by Jesus mattered. This was no small theological quibble. Luther was beginning to put his finger on one of the foundational assumptions of the system in which he had been raised, the authority of the Pope. And what Luther was soon to find out is that with the 95 Theses, he had just toppled one domino, and a whole series of dominoes were about to follow. All of this was said and done so you can remember a mighty fortress is our God.